And then we will start from a seat this morning. So you could sit cross-legged, you could sit on your heels, or of course, if there's a better position for your body as we get started, take that. But as you situate the legs, just start to close down your eyes. And feel all of your energy. Like we put a lot of energy out, especially when we're beyond our yoga mat. So just feel all that energy as you close down the eyes and you shift into your practice. Feel all that energy come inward. Like we're plugging everything back into these inner circuits just to be able to refill ourselves, reset ourselves. And as you draw that focus inward, go ahead and place it on your breath. And through your awareness, start to slow down your inhales and extend your exhales. Breathing in from the bottom of your belly all the way up to the top of your throat. And then as you breathe out, let the air go from the top of the throat all the way down to the bottom of the belly. And now as you breathe in, you might imagine that air rising from the bottom of your belly all the way up through the center of your head. And then as you breathe out, let the air go from the center of your mind all the way back down to the bottom of your belly. One more right here. A big inhale as you fill up completely. Slow exhale as you empty fully. And then drop your chin toward your chest. And just start to feel a stretch in the back of your neck. You might even imagine on your exhale that release from the center of your head all the way through the back of your neck, down through the belly, the sitting bones. And with your next inhale, lift your chin up toward the ceiling so you're stretching the front of your throat. Yeah, and just kind of find that place that gives you enough stretch. It's not strained by any means. It's just a stretch. And then with your inhale, imagine that breath rising all the way up from the belly through your chin, filling up the sides of the throat, the neck. Exhale, drop the chin into the chest. And again, feel that breath release from the bottom of your skull all the way down through your sitting bones. Inhale, tilt the chin up as you fill up all the way to the chin. Exhale, tilt the chin down as you release. Keep your chin tilted down. Just take it like you're tracing your right collarbone over towards your right shoulder. And once it gets there, you might find sweet sensation right where you are, or you might start to drop that right ear more toward the top of the right shoulder. I'll give you some options to play with. Take what works, leave everything else behind. And that's to take the left fingers and walk them off to the left side a little more to deepen that stretch. You could also take the right fingers to your left temple and just gently, it's not a yank, it's just a gentle weight on the temple to give yourself a deeper stretch. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Release any lifted hands back to where they came from, and you'll trace that right collarbone again, really slow, coming through the center. Trace it all the way over toward the left shoulder. Pause there, feel there. If you want to make any adjustments, maybe it's more so the left ear to the top of the shoulder, or using one or both hands to deepen the stretch. Add those in. And then get back to that breath, breathing in. And breathing out. And super slow, trace that left collarbone all the way to the center. And then put your head on straight and switch out the cross of your legs if you are sitting in that cross-legged seat, bringing evenness into the hips. Inhale, reach your left fingers straight up. Feel the left side body get a little longer. So you're in your sitting bone, but the fingers are stretching as high as they can go. A big inhale. Exhale, side stretch over to the right. You might support yourself lightly with your right fingers, but try not to get too weighty in that right hand. Start to use a little muscular effort to create this long left side body. Breath in, breath out. Come back to the center, drop those left fingers down and inhale, reach your right fingers high. First, just the side body length. Yeah. Feel yourself rising up out of your right sitting bone without coming out of it. Breath in. Side stretch to the left. You could use those left fingers for light support, but just try not to drop too heavy in there. And then you can keep that chin dialed into the chest, or you might even start to lift it towards your right arm. Come back up to the center. Inhale. 2 hands out in front of you. Find your tabletop position. You're rooted through the 4 corners of each of your hands. You're pressing down through your shins. And then you drop your belly and you lift your chin up. So remember that front of the neck stretch. We'll pause here for a moment because I really want you to think about the movements of your head and stretching front and back of the neck as we move through these cows, cats. Take an inhale. Cat pose, tuck the chin into the chest as you round the spine. Again, we'll hold this first one so you can connect to the sensations, especially that tuck of the chin into the chest, which will stretch the back of the neck. Inhale, belly drops, lift your chin as high as you can. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin in nice and deep. 2 more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, chin lifts high. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Neutral spine, eyes gazing down the bridge of the nose. Send your left leg straight back behind you. Lift your toes so the leg is parallel with the ground. Start to turn on those core muscles like you're sucking your belly in away from your waistband. Stay long here in the back of your neck. Take a breath in. Step your left toes all the way to the right side of your mat, landing them on the ground off the right side of the mat. You might press back through the right heel or through the left heel. And then take a look over your right shoulder. So stretch that left side of the neck. It actually becomes a whole left side body stretch here. Breathe in, head and heel back to center. Breathe out, set your knee back on the mat. Right leg straight back behind. Just take a moment, find your core. Find the focus of your eyes. Just some gentle balancing here. Breath in. Take those right toes all the way to the left side of your mat. Set them on the ground. Press back through the heel so you get a good stretch, and then take a peek over the left shoulder. Breath in, head and heel back to center. Exhale, set your knee down, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just take a few moments to settle in. You might pedal in and out of your heels, bend in and out of your knees. You might shake your head. Yes, no, right, left. And then rise high on your tiptoes. Bend your knees nice and deep. So think about that belly going all the way back to the thigh bones, but keep melting your heart back toward those bones as well. Inhale, roll forward, nice and slow out to plank pose. So returning to that focus here of your core, hugging in, hands pressing deep into the floor so that front body gets nice and strong. Shift forward on your toes, slowly bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Release to the top, shoelace side of the feet. Inhale, lift your chin and chest, cobra pose. So think about the core connection, that low belly drawing up and in here as we lift to cobra, and then roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades in, breath in, and lower down, breath out. Take your fingers off the edges of your mat and come up onto the pads of your fingertips. Lower body connected, lift your chin and chest once more. Keep that core engaged as well. Drop into the left shoulder, open the right shoulder, and take a peek up and over that right shoulder. With your next inhale, come back through the center, look forward, dip into the right shoulder, open the left, and take a peek over that left shoulder. Back to the center, inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, chin, palms down. Tuck your toes, lift your kneecaps, press up to plank like one unit. Use your strength. Downward facing dog. A breath in. And a breath out. Come to your tiptoes and just very slowly tiptoe your feet to your hands. Zero rush, zero hurry. At the top of the mat, catch a hold of opposite elbows. Just hang heavy. Maybe you soften into the knees. Maybe you sway side to side. Maybe you do some movements with the head. You might even think about losing some thoughts out of your mind. So we shift in this practice from thinking to feeling, harmonizing this important connection between our head and our heart and getting anything out of the way that kind of blocks that harmony. And what's in between that? It's our throat. And hence these movements of the head, the chin, stretching the neck, just releasing any physical energetic blockages. So all of this beautiful energy between our heads and our hearts can come together. Fingers down, halfway lift, glance out as you pull your head, your heart forward. Think about a long back of your neck, like your entire neck is an extension of your spine. Breathe in, fold, breathe out. Reach all the way up, inhale. Once you get up there, press your palms over your head and take your eyes up towards your thumbs. Yeah, stay on your feet as you lift from the waist, through the heart, through the eyes. Breathe in, and then slide the hands down in front of the heart. Breathe out, your head on straight. You might close your eyes for a moment and just connect to this moment, to your practice, to an intention you can set for this practice. Sure, we'll care for our physical body, and that's an important piece of the yoga. But another important piece is this inner work that we do. You know, this energetic work that we do. And you might just think about what you can bring forth when you harmonize the powers of your mind and the powers of your hearts. What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? And how can you practice in a way that allows that to unfold really beautifully here on your mat this morning? Let's flow. Inhale, open your eyes, press your palms high overhead, look up at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Follow those thumbs as you place your fingers on the ground. Fingers to the shins, halfway lift, glance out, inhale. Plant your palms, step your feet back to plank pose. Look forward and shift forward on your toes. Halfway down, you look down the bridge of your nose as you lower. Upward facing dog, you look forward, maybe slightly up. Downward facing dog as you lift your hips high, you set your eyes maybe to your navel, maybe to the back wall, the space between your thighs. Just be very intentional what you're doing with your eyes this morning, your head position this morning. Inhale, get high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Be light as you step, float, feet to the top of the mat. Look out, lengthen your spine. Inhale, fold, drop your head heavy. Exhale. Reach up, the palms press over your head, and you look up at your thumbs. A big breath in. Hands to the heart. Put your head on straight. Breathe out. Look up as you press those palms up. Inhale. Fold forward, looking down as you exhale. Look out, halfway lift, breathe in. Send your feet back, lower halfway or all the way on the breath out. It's a slight gaze forward as you lower. Inhale, lift your heart. It's a slight gaze up. Downward facing dog, hips high. Set your eyes to one point. Keeping all of this energy inward, plugging back into these powerful circuits of yourself. Flowing with ease, rise to the toes, bend the knees, feet to the top of the mat. So look out, halfway lift, inhale. Look down, fold, exhale. Look up as you press the palms high over your head. Slide the hands to your heart. Put your head on straight. Inhale, reach up as you look up. Exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Halfway lift, glance beyond your mat. High to low plank, a slight look out as you lower down. Upward facing, a slight look toward the ceiling. Downward facing, send your hips high. Right heel to the sky, flex your foot, dial your toes down to the ground. So you feel your palms root strongly. And as you press your heel up and back, I want you to actually look toward the top of your mat. Yeah, I know it's a little bit different, but just notice how that changes things. You know how if we shift where our eyes are looking, it changes things. We start to see things differently. We start to feel things differently. Breath in. Knee to nose, chest. Now take the chin into the chest as well, like you're looking up towards your belly button. Feel those arms long and strong, but slide the shoulder blades a little bit down your back so you engage your lat muscles, those muscles that lay underneath the shoulder blades. Heel back high, look forward, inhale. Knee to chest, chin to chest, exhale. Heel back high, look forward, inhale. This time you'll step your foot in between your hands as you exhale. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Take a moment to sink a bit into the hips without collapsing. And then if it makes sense for you, lift your arms overhead. Lacing up the fingers behind your head. Think about your palms like pillows. Lay your head back into them. Let your elbows flare out to either side of the room. Yeah, and you got it. You lift that chin up. You open that throat up. And you just create the space between your heart, your head here. Take a breath in. Hands back to the mat, frame the right foot, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee away from the earth. You'll keep your left hand down, reach the right arm high. Feel that right shoulder open, right chest open, but keep this length in the spine. That's the head pulling out of the tailbone. Big breath in. 2 hands down inside of right foot. Walk them to the center of the left long edge of your mat. Flatten through both feet as all 10 toes face the mirrors. Notice your feet. Can you get balance front to back, side to side? And if this is like a little challenging, it's still pretty early, maybe a slight bend in the knees as you let your head drop heavy. And then with your hands about under your face, we'll take a halfway lift. You're glancing out that long spine, head pulls toward the mirrors. And then reach your right hand toward the windows, your left hand toward the former back wall, and take your arms out to airplane wings. Yeah, notice if you're dumping back into your heels, press into the toe mounds more so, and then feel those shoulder blades gather on your back. So you've got this open heart with this long spine. Breath in. Hands down, pivot forward, find your lunge legs, right toes forward. You're on the ball of the left foot. Lengthen your spine forward, inhale. Step your left foot forward, exhale. Halfway lift, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose, get into your heels as you bend your knees and sink your hips. Good. Notice what's happening in the ribs. There's a tendency to let those bottom ribs pull out, plug them in so we stay in our core. And then just ride the wave of that deep, deep breathing, all of your energy here. Notice when it leaves here. Why are you taking your energy elsewhere? You've given yourself this gift of this hour to sync yourself back up, to harmonize, get back in your power. Breath in, forward fold, let it go, breath out. Halfway lift, high to low plank. You know, if you need just to step back to down dog instead and take an extra breath there, you are always welcome to do so. From down dog, we'll lift that left heel, the toes dialed down. You're in your palms so strong, and then we'll change it a little bit, looking to the top of the mat. Yeah, just feel how that shifts things. Inhale, heel presses back. Exhale, knee to nose, chest, and you'll tuck that chin into the chest now, like you're stretching the back of your neck and really your whole spine here from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Inhale, send the heel back, look forward. Exhale, knee to nose, chest, tuck that chin in. Inhale, heel back. Exhale, look forward and step to the top of your mat. Right knee drops down. Take your time, rise up if it works. If not, you just keep the fingers down and you can skip this whole part with the arms. You know, you honor you. Lace up your fingers, but switch it over one finger. So it's the non-default interlace. Palms are like sit up arms. Lay your head back, open your throat up. Almost like there's a freedom coming into your body, you know, letting go of stuckness so that that truth can come out. Inhale. Hands to the mat. Exhale, you tuck your right toes. You pick that right knee up away from the mat. You keep your right fingers down and you reach that left arm high. Yeah, and see if you can get pretty light in that right hand. It can stay fully grounded, but just notice if you're dumping into your palm or wrist, and instead send that energy upward. Like think about it traveling up through those left fingertips. Awesome. Breathe in. Maybe you open the heart just a little more. Breathe out, 2 hands to the mat inside of the left foot and start to walk them all the way around to the center of the right long edge. Toes face the right. Second time here, maybe you take a little deeper variation and maybe not. You can catch your big toes, outer edges of feet. You could flip your fingers 180 degrees and walk them beyond the heels toward the mirrors. A few breaths. And then hands under the face, halfway lift, fly your arms out like wings. Feel all those muscles of the spine light up here, supporting this work of the core, of the opening of the chest, of the lengthening in the back of the neck. Breathe in. Hands down, breathe out, pivot forward, find your lunge legs, left toes face 12 o'clock, and you're on the ball of that right foot. Inhale, long spine over your left thigh. Exhale, step your right foot up to meet your left. Halfway lift, rinse it out. Exhale, fold in, chair pose. Second time here, so we've created a little muscle memory. Get in, outer hips firm in, inner thighs squeezing, bottom ribs knitting. You've got it. Flowing with our breath now. Inhale, fold, exhale. Halfway lift, lengthen. High to low plank, strengthen. Create this moving meditation for yourself, harmonizing breath, body. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Right heel lifts, breathe in. Knee to nose. Remember, we look forward. Actually, not on that one. That's the chin to chest. Inhale, heel high. We look forward. Exhale, chin to chest. We look inward. Inhale, heel high. Exhale, step the foot through. Right into that twist this time. Your right fingers lift as you inhale. 2 hands walk, center of the left long edge. Fold on the exhale. Halfway lift with your airplane wings. Breathe in. Pivot back forward, lunge legs. Breathe out. Halfway lift over that right thigh. Inhale. Step your left foot forward. Exhale. Heart out. Breathe in. Lengthen. Fold. Breathe out. Chair pose. Inhale. Get as low as you can. It's just a breath in. Fold. Release. Breath out. Halfway lift. Low plank. You flowed. You can customize this. Just really honor your body. Upward. Downward. Left heel lifts. We look forward. Inhale. Knee to nose, chin to chest. Exhale. Look forward. Heel high. Knee to nose, chin to chest. Look forward. Heel high. This time, step it on through. Left fingers to the sky. Breathe in. Fill. 2 hands walk to the right long edge of your mat. Fold. Halfway lift. Airplane arms. Strong spine on the inhale. Pivot back forward, lunge legs, exhale. Lengthen over that left thigh, breathe in. Big step forward, breathe out. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, nice and low on the breath in. Forward fold, let it go, breath out. Halfway lift, breath sounds great. High to low plank. Can you make it feel fluid, light? Like, yeah, it's strong, but there's this fluidity and this lightness about it. Just pausing in down dog, take 2 full rounds of breath. Slowing things down, we'll take 1 more round of that, but maybe we can do it a little slower with more steadiness. Here we go. Right heel lift, look forward, inhale. Knee to nose, look inward, exhale. Look forward, inhale. Knee to nose. Exhale, sit your legs out. Look forward, inhale. This time, step forward, exhale. Right hand lifts, breathe in. Walk the hand, center of the left long edge. Fold, breathe out, fancy footwork. Halfway lift, find your airplane wings. Pivot back forward, find your lunge legs. Just get long in that spine on an inhale. Take that big step forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair, sink in. Release, fold. Halfway. Low plank. Fluidity. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left heel, look forward, inhale. Knee to nose, look inward, exhale. Feel the sky, look forward, inhale. Feet and nose inward, exhale. Feel the sky, breathe in. Big step, breathe out. Twist left, left fingers reach. Two hands walk to the right long edge, fold. Halfway lift, airplane wings, strong spine. Pivot back forward, lunge legs, take your time. Get long over your left thigh, inhale. Step forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Fold in. Chair, pause, stay. Hands to your heart. Long, 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 breathe in, twist right, hook that left elbow. So keep it that long spine. Most of you need to send your shoulder blades back to the left side, the mirror side of the room, because you sent your spine at a diagonal to get the hook of the elbow. No big deal, but just realign yourself now. So think about that chin moving toward the right shoulder. You want to be very, very, very long in the left side of your neck. So you're pulling the head forward, but you're taking the chin toward the shoulder. And then some of you may want to open your arms, just sort of play. That gives you more space. If you feel things moving more freely, take it. Not, no worries, just hang where you are. Unwind, high mountain pose, inhale, reach the fingers to the sky. Forward fold, exhale, fingers to the earth. Separate your feet, hips width apart, and catch a hold of your big toes. Yeah, and then slide your heart a little forward. Exhale, fold. Just a nice fold in between our twists, resetting the spine. What are you doing here with your neck, with your eyes? Just being very intentional, tuning into those subtleties. And release your feet. Find your chair pose feet, and then find your chair pose. Hands to your heart. Lengthen first out of your waist, then take that length into your twist. Hook the right elbow. Remember, if you kind of went at a diagonal to get that hook, send your shoulder blades back to the right. Move your right hip back a little bit. Turn your left hip forward so hips are in alignment. Yeah, and then maybe you open those arms, get long on the right side of your neck. That chin's moving toward the left shoulder. Next inhale, unwind, reach up, high mountain, stretch that whole front body. Exhale, forward fold, halfway lift, inhale, high to low plank, exhale, upward facing, downward facing. Drop your knees into tabletop, send your left heel back behind you, lift the leg parallel to the ground and reach your right arm out in front of you, spinal balance. Steady your eyes, right down the bridge of your nose. Your whole back body from your left heel to the crown of your head is long. Now bend the left knee, reach the right hand back and around, touch your foot, but keep looking forward beyond the top edge of the mat and then send your heart where your eyes are looking. So you're creating this beautiful back bend in the spine. This beautiful opening of the right shoulder. This beautiful focus, this convergence of your mind, your heart, the two powers we have. Inhale, reach your limbs back long. Exhale, set your right hand, your left knee down on the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Once you're up, right heel lifts. Go ahead and step your right foot to your right thumb, spin your left foot flat on the mat and rise up for your warrior one. Feet fully planted, but the hips are steering toward the windows. So if you need to angle those left toes in to create more sturdiness in your legs, do that. And then with your arms overhead, flip your palms out to either side of the room. And then keep the palms in this position as we take the arms behind the back, lacing up the fingers, punching our fists down. Think about the shoulders rolling down your back. The heart lifts, the chin lifts. Take an inhale. Humble your warrior. Exhale. You drop your head. Your chin falls into your chest and your fingers move to the windows. Stay in that left foot. That's part of your foundation here. And then tuck your chin even more into your chest. Yes, let go of all effort in the back of your neck. And on a really slow inhale, you rise back up, you re-extend your arms up, releasing the interlace, and then warrior two, open up, arms move out to T. You keep the bend in the right knee, the left toes reposition out to face the left wall. And then inhale, straighten that right leg and press your palms together over your head, taking your eyes up towards your thumbs, getting some extra length here in the sides of our body. Breath in, fill, rise up out of the hips. Breath out, return to warrior two. Bend the knee, look forward over your right fingers. Inhale, return, palms overhead. You look up, two straight legs. Exhale, look forward, take the arms back out to T. Inhale, look up, palms press. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right fingers go high, just the right fingers this time. Reverse your warrior. You might look up toward the ceiling as you deepen that bend in the right knee. Option to stay right here or take the left hand to the right wrist and give yourself a little assist. Inhale. Side angle pose, drop your right elbow or fingers down inside your right foot, left arm starts to the sky. You're looking up beyond those left fingers. Yeah, the chin's pulling a little bit in toward your chest here, lengthening through both sides of your neck. Just outward just a little bit. Yeah, you're fine. I just want to fix this leg so it'll be more stable for you. Yeah, of course. Awesome. Breathe in. Feel that heart spin just a little more upward. Breathe out. Two hands down inside the right foot. Walk your right toes out a little bit to the right and turn them out more toward like 1 or 2 o'clock. Yep. Spin onto the ball of your left toes. You're on straight arms here. Lengthen your spine forward and then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. So we meet in a squat pose. Now you know why I told you to walk that right foot out. Yeah, so for most of us, toes are angled out and heels are in. That's kind of the Western variation of squat. The traditional one's actually toes straight forward, but that's way more challenging. So find that footing that allows you to feel stable. Press your hands in front of your heart. Think about those shoulder blades drawing together, and your collarbone spreading apart. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. And then set your left fingers out in front of your left toes, like toward that top left corner of the mat. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Yeah, and no, this is a wonderful place to stay. I mean, we're trying to do a twist with squat legs. It's like no joke. But if you want a little more shoulder stretch, you might wrap that right arm behind the back. You could slide those right fingers in for the left hip crease. If you want to shoulder stretch on that left side as well, you could wrap the left arm around the front of your left shin and work your fingers toward one another or to clasp. You've got to find that healthy challenge for you. No need to invite in any struggle. Now turn your chin up towards your right shoulder. Good. Breath in. Back to center. Set your hands on the mat. Think about your hands becoming your feet. So fully rooted in your hands. Start to come to the tiptoes, lift your hips more so up to the ceiling and bend your elbows. Yeah, and then set your knees on that shelf you're making in your upper arms. And you're welcome to stay here right on your tiptoes. Look forward beyond your mat. So where your eyes go, energy flows. So where are you setting your eyes? We want to go forward here. You might shift a little forward in terms of your body weight and get lighter in the toes. Maybe they lift, maybe they don't. You're certainly not judging yourself because that's not harmonizing the heart-mind connection. That's disconnecting you. We're moving toward connection, not away from it. So know the difference. Inhale. We meet in downward facing dog. You can step it back. You can float it back. You can crawl your way back. Yeah, and we'll just take a round of breath in between our sides. Regroup. Come back to that deep breathing. Come back to that intention, like what's possible for us when we can create this harmony inside of us. We're not overthinking. We're not overly emotional either. There's this beautiful synergy between the mind, the heart, thinking, the feeling. Knees to the mat, tabletop. Send your right leg straight back behind you, parallel with the ground. Once you have that set, send your left arm straight out in front of you, also parallel with the ground. super long in the back of your neck. As you press that right heel back, turn the right hip point down and keep reaching the left fingers forward just for an inhale. Yes, now we bend the knee and reach the left fingers backward. Catch your foot. Yes, so eyes beyond your mat because that's the direction we want to send our hearts. Creating this beautiful back bend, a sweet stretch for the left shoulder, and a little glute hamstring action in the right leg as well. That's what's doing the lifting of the heel. Re-extend your limbs, inhale. Set the palm, the knee down, exhale. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Lift your left heel, inhale. Left foot, left thumb. You spin right foot flat on the mat and you're rising up for your warrior one. Take a moment, set your feet. You know, we're gonna add something to this, so you definitely wanna be on a solid foundation. Turn your palms out to either side of the room so we rotate the shoulders in the right direction, then take the palms behind the back, lace up the fingers, but switch it over one finger this time. So it's that non-default. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart, the chin, inhale. Humble your warrior, exhale. Yeah, and move that left sitting bone back because most of you shifted it forward as you folded in. And then tuck your chin a little bit in toward your chest so the back of the neck is super long. Breathe deep. Just really feel your feet pressing down, supporting you. From that support, rise up on an inhale, re-extend your arms up. Open up on an exhale, warrior two, turning those right toes a little outward. Ensure that left knee's pointed straight forward. And then press the palms together overhead, straighten into the left leg as you look up to your thumbs. Inhale, bend the knee, arms to T, look forward, exhale. Inhale, palms press, look up. Exhale, arms open, look forward. Inhale, palms press, look up. Exhale, look forward, reverse your warrior. The left fingers go high and maybe your eyes do as well. You sort of feel into it. And then if you haven't already and you want that little self-assist, you could take your right hand to your left wrist. Big breath in. Side angle, drop left elbow, left fingers, right arm reaches high, shoulder opens up, chin rotates toward that shoulder. Think about that length once again in the left side of your neck. Your left sitting bone moving backward. So much happening, right? We're just aligning ourselves. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Breath in. Two hands to the mat. Keep them inside the left foot as you heel toe that left foot out a little bit, toes out. Maybe it's like 10 o'clock. Straight arms, look forward and step forward, squat pose. 2 feet on the ground, hands start at your heart so you can find your spine here. The tailbone points down, the head points up, the heart points forward, you look forward. Now drop your right fingers down toward that front right corner of the mat. Open the left arm to the ceiling. Yeah. Recommendation is to look up at your left thumb, stay or wrap left arm behind your back. Maybe the right arm joins in the wrap. You're not forcing or jamming your body into a shape it's not ready to take. You're tuning into what's possible, moving in that direction, no further. Think about those shoulder blades, wherever you are in this twist, coming together. It's that action, that muscular action of your shoulder blades sliding in and down that allows you to really make more space in the chest. Breath in. Hands to the mat, lift the hips to the sky, forward fold, walk your feet underneath of your hips, toes face forward, halfway lift, rinse out your spine. Exhale, folds in, reach all the way up, palms press overhead, hands to your heart. Root down in your right foot, lift the left knee up to your chest, just a one-legged mountain pose to start. And this is like our base pose. You can always hang here. Balance is a challenge as is. We don't have to add more to it to do the work. But the more can sometimes give us different experiences. So either with your left peace fingers hooked onto your left big toe or your right hand placed on your left knee. We're going to start to open the left hip, left knee to the left side of the room. You could stay with that bent knee here, or you could extend the left heel out toward the mirrors. Right fingers reach out to the right side of the room. And then maybe your eyes look beyond your right thumb. Yeah, and it's definitely a balance challenge to look in a different direction than a piece of our body is going. It's not normal for us. Usually we're looking where we're going, where our feet are moving. And this kind of changes things a little bit. So have some patience with yourself. Knee back to center, hands back to heart center. Take an inhale on your one-legged mountain. Warrior three, send that left heel straight back behind you. Eyes can land on the bridge of your nose. We just did this in spinal balance, so it's not too unfamiliar. We've got that left leg parallel with the ground. We've got our torso parallel with the ground. You got it. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Send that left heel just a little higher. Get a good stretch in the left leg. And then exhale, tap your left knee behind your right knee and bring your hands to your heart center. So a little Jiva squat with a balance challenge, maybe no hands on the mat. And of course, if you need some hands on the mat, put some hands on the mat. Inhale back to that standing split. Exhale, return to your Jiva squat. Knees tap, hands connect. Once more, hands down, heel high. Exhale, knee behind the right, hands to the heart. Now listen, set just your hands down, but stay in your squat, and you're gonna send that left knee all the way down to the ground outside of your right foot. So we land in these crossed legs, like shoelaces or cow face legs. We get a little hip stretch in the midst of like the standing craziness. So savor this. Reach your arms up and make goalposts with your arms. We'll take the right arm under the left. So if you think about it, these are kind of like eagle legs, right? We're just in a seat. So we're gonna make our eagle arms, but if this is too much, just touch opposite shoulders, no big deal. Now look up, lift your chin up. Think about opening the front of the throat here. Exhale, draw the elbows down and pull the chin into the chest. Think about that stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pull it down and in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pull it down and in. We'll hold here. So maybe you want to set the elbows to the front or even beyond that top knee, your choice. You can also release the arms if that's more preferable for your body. Just find something that's giving you some good sensation and causing you to really start to deepen into those exhales. Releasing. Softening. Freeing ourselves from the stuckness that keeps us from being in balance and harmony. And then just start to walk the hands back toward the body. Yeah, we're gonna do a little party trick. So I just want you to start to walk over to the left, press into your feet, twist yourself so you're facing the back of the mat. And then once you're there, walk your hands out to plank pose. So shift the feet back if you need to. So yep, you're covering the length of the mat and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you get there, lift both of your heels up to the ceiling. Reach your hands back and catch your feet. So nice, big, heart-opening pose here. We've really prepared well for this. So trust yourself to take it, even if it's just for a few breaths. Chin in the center of the mat, lift up, chin, chest, the feet, press into the hands, maybe the thighs lift. Think about hugging those knees a little more inwards toward one another. Remember, shoulder blades slide in, the collarbones spread wide. You're breathing for 3, 2, 1. Release it down, palms under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press up to plank pose. Inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Rise to your toes. Bend your knees, step, float, feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, rinse out. Exhale, fold in, home stretch. You've got this. Reach up, fill up, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Pressing down on the left foot, bring the right knee to your chest. Remember what I said. You are always welcome to stay in this home-based pose if this is challenging you enough. No, don't be sorry. And then you take peace fingers to the big toe or hand to the knee, and we just start to slowly open toward the mirror side of the room. Just situate your legs. And then see if you can take your left arm out to the non-mirror side of the room, and maybe you look over those fingers, that thumb. Really nice work on this side. Knee to chest, hands back to heart. Take an inhale there. Warrior three. Send that heel toward the windows, head toward the former back wall, like you're making a capital letter T shape with your body. Breath in. Hands to the mat, send the heel high. Big stretch here. Inhale, and then take the knee behind, hands to the heart. Hands down, heel high, inhale. Again, knees tap, hands connect. Heel high, hands down, inhale. Knees tap, hands connect. And then fingers down. Go ahead and slide that right knee all the way down to the outside of the left foot. You're in that shoelace pose again. Just situate yourself. You want both sitting bones ideally down on the mat. And then reach your arms up. Goal post your arms. It's going to be your left arm underneath your right arm. Just to switch out our sides. And then inhale, lift, chin up, elbows up. Exhale, chin to chest, elbows to the belly button. Inhale, lift, open. And exhale, pull it in. Lift, open, inhale. Pull it in and we'll hold. So you're welcome to stay here, to take the elbows beyond that top knee, to release the fingers to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, release your arms, and you'll just start to walk those hands once again toward the mirrors, unwinding the legs so you're facing the front of the room. Walk yourself out to plank pose. And then lower once again, all the way down onto the belly. Reach your arms straight forward, zip your legs up to touch. Good. Inhale, lift up, arms, chin, chest, legs. Think about a really long back of your neck. You don't have a single wrinkle there. Yes. So the crown of the head kind of pulls forward, a little upward, but not too much. Fingers stretch forward, heels press backward, lift, 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 lift. Inhale. Child's pose. Exhale. You might rock across your forehead here. And then lift your chest up. Take your hips off to one side. Swing your feet out to the front of your mat and make your way onto your back. Feet to the sky. Inversion of choice. You can keep tailbone down, prop it up on a block. Prop it up with your hands. Stand on your head. Inversions, we get our heart above our head. You know, in our society, sometimes it's the thinking that is celebrated and rewarded. And yes, we need that. But the ultimate need we all have is love, and that can't be just created in the mind. You know, that comes from the heart. And so just allow yourself to embrace more of that heart energy here as we get our heart at least in line, if not above our head. And a really nice pose that follows this is plow pose, where you take the toes up and over your head. And the beautiful thing about that is we get this little throat lock where the chin tucks into the chest and we lengthen through the back of the neck. And then just very slowly take your feet up to the ceiling and your knees into your chest and your tailbone down to the mat. And as promised, we'll use our block. So catch your block in one of your hands. And supported fish pose. The block has different heights, of course. So a popular way to do this pose supported is to take the block on its middle height, so it's long ways in between your shoulder blades, high enough that your head can actually rest off the edge. That's nice because it gives your head support. Alternatively, sometimes people like to put the block on the lowest setting behind their rib cage, and that's sort of the elevation. Whole point of the pose energetically is to get your heart to the highest point on your body. You're welcome to take your legs long, to bend at your knees, or to take butterfly legs. So you find your legs that kind of just make you feel good in your lower body. And I want you to trust yourself. Trust yourself to let go in a way that really allows that heart to rise. You just feel that energy expanding for the next few breaths. So that no matter what comes our way the rest of the day, we choose to lead in a way where our mind and heart are in alignment. Our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions, all in alignment. And we'll head from here into our final rest. So if you want to stay here through the duration or through a part of that, feel free. Otherwise, just start to lift your upper back enough that you can slide the block out. Lay yourself down. Relax your arms, relax your legs. Relax your mind. You might do some heart-centered breaths here. Just feeling those inhales, exhales coming in and out of your heart space. You might work that into some gratitude or into an affirmation or a mantra that really waters these seeds of love, of truth, harmony inside. Before we get moving again, turn your mind back to your breath. And take a nice deep inhale in from the bottom of your belly. all the way up through the center of your heart, through your throat, the center of your mind, and just take a pause right there. And open your mouth a long sigh out, releasing from the head through the heart, releasing from your belly. Start to slowly bring movement back into your body. It might be fingers and toes, maybe it's wrists and ankles, maybe a nice full body stretch. Eventually bring your knees into your chest and take a few rocks side to side, landing on one side when it feels right. From there, press up to a seat. Hands to heart center, eyes closed, bowing our chin into our chest. Returning once more to that intention that you might have set for class, like what's possible when we are in harmony between our heads, our hearts, remembering that our neck, our throat is the channel between the two. So these things that we do in class, these stretches, yes, good for the physical body, but also great to release, to free up, suck energy, and to keep these powerful energies that we possess flowing. Take a final breath in together, fill up, sit tall. And a big breath out as we bow forward and seal our practicing. Thank you all so much for being here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Quick little announcement. If you've got time in your schedule Thursday, be sure to show up for class so you can take an online class too. We're donating $1 from every visit to a wonderful local organization, Pink Ribbon Good. They support women going through breast cancer, which is of course near and dear to my heart. I had so much support. I didn't need to use their services, but I was introduced to them, and I've met a lot of people along the way who have been greatly impacted by their help. They come in clean, they buy groceries, they transport people. It's truly amazing. So totally local. So come show up. We'll donate $1 on your behalf if you want to make additional donations. Info's out there. Go have an awesome Tuesday, everyone. And thank you to those of you at home. Appreciate you.